welcome back to another episode of I Hate Golf. It's awesome. My name's Caleb. He's Mark. And how we doing?
Doing okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not raining. It was supposed to be raining all day. It has yet to rain even for a second. So that's kind of how things are going around here.
Yeah. It's like, you know how many times the weatherman has ruined our days telling everyone it's going to rain all day and it never does.
Well, it seems like the only thing worse than rain is rumors of rain. So, yep, everyone kind of had their eyes on the forecast, obviously. But we ended up having a pretty okay day for, it was supposed to start raining at about 10 a.m. and stop on Sunday at 10 a.m. So there's still some in the forecast, but, right now we're sitting pretty okay. So how's your week been?
It's been okay. A little hoarse.
Like a pony or a donkey?
My active life took me through a little outpatient surgery early in the week.
Active life?
I'm a little recovering from the whole anesthesiology thing. Of course, doctors could say, no, you don't know what you're talking about. But that's what I always think it is when I end up like this. But
this is on YouTube, so we have to be careful what we say. So
I'm just saying, it's like they might tell me I'm...
No,
that's just my opinion.
So that's why you're a little hoarse. But other than that, everything is that from all the golf that you've been playing? Is that what that injury is from?
I probably doubt that a lot. No, it's just been a long time injury. Just finally took care of it and out of the way and ready to move on, so I can actually start swinging a golf club again. Yeah. So that might be different.
That's kind of how I am with my wisdom teeth. They told me that, you don't worry about it right now. By the time you're 30, you should have your wisdom teeth out, and that's in like 2 months. So, yeah, time goes by pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a good week at the golf course. I was gone. Geez, I don't even remember what weeks it was, but I was gone for a little bit there. You were gone a little bit this week, and it's always good to spend a little, even when it's forced, a little forced time in the pro shop. You get to interact with people a little bit more, and instead of my kind of usual thing of I'm inside and then I'm outside a lot. It's been nice to kind of be in the pro shop and get to interact with people some more and do some rearranging and remodeling, which I seem to always do whenever I'm stuck in the pro shop. So
well, and that's good. It's like the other flip side of that. It's always good to, and I'm sure you notice when you're gone for a couple of days, to come back. And the way you see things, you see them fresh again, and it's like, oh, okay. I think it allows you to focus more on, okay, here's where we need to be focusing our attention.
Yeah,
that's always good.
When you see something every day, it's really hard to kind of notice the finer details, or even the bigger picture stuff. Okay, it's like we're working on this, but is this getting us in the right direction? It's just to have a few days away to kind of get those fresh eyes on everything is always a good thing, because there's a lot to do. Outside, we've talked a lot about it inside, but now I don't want to say grass is going to start growing because this winter has been so weird. But we're getting close. I always sit down at night and I look at pictures from, okay, what was going on a year ago today or 2 years ago today, because I have that kind of historical record of, trying to compare where we were at then to now. And it's like, we're pretty close to when we started working on the irrigation last year. 2 years ago, I think it was a little more similar to this winter. Yeah. Last winter was really nice because we had a couple cold weekends. We actually had snow a couple weekends, but it never got this cold. It wasn't this rainy. Right. So, the rain thing has been the biggest hurdle, I think, that we've dealt with.
Yeah, this week we've had a couple of overnight 60 degrees already, which is really kind of unusual for February. So, it's been different.
Yeah.
It's been different, but, it's like, and we've been talking a lot more now that we feel like we're comfortable with where we're at. And people don't realize it really almost takes a year, if not more, just to create your system and your process, because every property's different, every community's different. So you have to create your structure within that. Mm-hmm. So you're shaping it around where you're at instead of just this is the way it is no matter what, no matter who you are, which is the way we function. So we've started talking about One, the fact that we haven't done any marketing really,
Right.
is starting to, okay, how do we want to reach into the community now that we have a better feel for it? So those are some of the things we've been talking about now plus because we're probably more comfortable knowing going into the spring,
Yeah.
we're going to be doing a lot more work on the golf course, and it's going to be to the point where, hey, we want you to see it. We're we're proud of the clubhouse and what we've done and some of the other things we've accomplished. Now we want to start showing you what we're doing on the golf course.
Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, you were out there working on the sand traps just a little bit ago even.
Yeah. I actually had a little bit of time where I didn't have anything that was absolutely needed done. So, just finding the time here and there to kind of work on, those bigger projects that kind of unfortunately can fall by the wayside when you have to keep up with other things. But no, that's the stuff that, I really enjoy doing because I think it's the things that are really going to pay off in the long run. And, you know how I am as far as, being kind of semi-obsessed with, golf course architecture. Okay, a lot obsessed with golf course architecture, and that's the most fun thing. Even if it's just something simple like adding sand to some bunkers and then going in and with the Sand Pro and a rake and actually raking everything out and kind of resurfacing stuff. It's like even little stuff like that I get a lot of enjoyment out of because I can see where that's moving us forward too. It's like when I step back and I'm done with the bunker and it's like, oh wow, that looks really good. That's fun to see. But it's when you're so busy every day, that's the kind of stuff that you can forget about a lot. So
well, and it's the other thing we discussed briefly in the last couple of days, since I haven't been so busy, since I'm kind of being stationary now in my process a little more for the next few days, is even creating like 3 to 5 minute little videos that we can loop in the clubhouse to explain, because actually we do some things different than a lot of golf courses in our approach. How the sand traps are going to look, fairway flags, what does that mean? And even some of the education process. I was thinking the other day looking at one of our traps, the fairway trap on left, doing a little clip of explaining people how to get in and out of that sand trap. Because a lot of people don't know. You don't come into the top of the sand trap because it challenges so much. One of our famous after-hour calls.
Yeah, if you can hear that, that's on our end. Didn't silence the shop phone, so pay no attention to that. It'll turn off shortly. We get a lot of calls at night. I don't really know why that is.
Well, it's telemarketing.
It's not always. I'll come in the morning and it'll be like 8:30. It's like, who's calling a golf course at 8:30?
Yeah, I probably joked about this before, but we still get, Saturday afternoon calls. Are you open today?
Yeah, every holiday.
When it's 75 and sunny out, so it's like that tells you it's not really a savvy golf community, but it's kind of. That's what I was talking about, like the little video clips explaining to people, okay, here's the process, and just educating people. That's a lot of the fun.
Yeah, it's not coming from a point of we're trying to tell you what to do. We're trying to tell you how to have fun and how to do golf, and it's like, no, it's just trying to educate a little bit. It's trying to inform. It's informational. It's not instructional.
Right. Well, and the stuff that we show you too is going to be, it's true of every golf course you play at, not just here.
Yeah.
It's basically universal information that, that's kind of what you do wherever you're at.
Yeah.
So it just kind of, I guess, helps you become a more savvy golfer, and which in turn allows you to be more comfortable out there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Which is the goal.
Yeah, it's like I don't know why I've thought about this, but it's like I've thought about, if I had never been around golf, or if I had never been to a golf course, it's like, what would my experience be like going to a golf course, whether it's, I don't think a lot of people go to Pinehurst their first time they're ever on a golf course, maybe to see an event or something like that. But it's like, whether it's Pinehurst or the local muni, it's like, what would my experience be? And it's like, how would I learn this stuff? And it's like, I really don't know. It's like, I think a lot of it would come from, so much more golf stuff seems accessible online now, not even just the instructional stuff on YouTube, but just kind of, it feels more kind of intertwined with sports culture or streetwear. It's like, because a lot of different people are trying new things.
Right.
I've just always thought about, how would I get into it if I didn't know anything about it? So.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I think doing videos like that would probably be a good thing. It's just, for us, it's always a question of when are we going to have the time.
When do we do that? Yeah, we don't have floodlights, so we can do it when we're not busy.
Yeah, it's, especially going into, coming into the season now, it's making sure that we still have the time to do stuff like that. And we will, are we going to put out 2 videos a week? No, that's not going to happen. But, trying to, we've tried to stay consistent. Despite my best efforts, we've tried to stay consistent with doing the podcast. And
well, the goal will probably be 1 a week, which means we can probably get 1 a month in.
We'll do more than 1 a month.
In reality.
It might be 1 every other week. We need to, since they're going to be 3 to 5 minutes, we'll batch a lot of them.
2 or 3 of them at once.
Yeah, exactly. That's usually the smart way to go about it. But no, I'm excited to, try doing something like that. And it's like you said, it's like, we do things kind of differently. It's like, the fact that we do a podcast is very different, not that there's not a million podcasts out there, but I don't know of any other golf course owners that do a podcast. I mean, I've definitely listened to people on other people's podcasts, but not that they do themselves. So.
I just started thinking about, there's a lot of things we do different that, and it's that a lot of it comes from your creativity. A lot of it comes from my 45 years of thinking, well, why do we do it that way? And it's like everyone else, but why?
Yeah.
You don't have, it's like our scorecard. It's like, we got the questions right away of, wait, a 1 handicap's supposed to be on the front, so then a 2 is supposed to be on the back.
Yeah.
And it's my first question is, why?
Yeah.
Who made that rule?
Yeah, that's just the way people do things.
It's like,
well, why?
The hardest hole's the hardest hole.
Yeah.
If the second hardest hole's right next to it, why do you make that number 3? So it's just that, that conversation is probably pretty bizarre for a lot of people, but just subtle things like that just, we are a little different, but at the same time, I think it's all based on making the experience more enjoyable. Yeah. That's the goal always.
Yeah. Well, and I think that kind of, it ties into everything we do, whether it's the tee sheet that we use, kind of doing that ourselves and finding, what's best is my biggest problem with all that stuff. And I know we've talked about it in the past. But it's like a lot of things in golf feel very one size fits all, when that's not true. Whether you're talking about different players or different golf courses. It's like every golf course is different. It's like I've been thinking about this, you talked about working on the bunkers. It's like we've been thinking about, what kind of bunker rakes do we want to use? It's like, okay, let's order these from this golf company because that's what everyone has. It's like, well, why? Are those the best things for our golf course? It's like, maybe not. It's like, maybe there is a reason that everyone uses this, but maybe it's just because everyone uses it. And trying to question things like that and, come up with what works best for us and our golfers and our golf course and stuff like that. And so, yeah, it's never us, at least I don't think, it's never us trying to just be different for the sake of being different.
Sometimes you are.
That's not very nice.
I'm pretty convinced of that.
No. I always try to think of, I think a lot of it comes from, the time that I spent outside of golf and seeing the way other businesses worked and stuff like that. And, I bring a lot of that into doing this instead of, if I had just worked in a pro shop and gone through the PGA and doing all that stuff. It's like, I feel like I would be pretty trained into this is the way things are done. And that's not the route I took. That's not really the way you've ever been. I mean, you've always done things differently and, what other place does free Saturday lessons? You know, I don't think a lot of people, I see people that do like clinics and stuff, but it's kind of targeted and for a reason.
Right.
You know, there's a membership sign up at the end of it and stuff like that. And it's like, no, this is just it's to teach people golf. That's what the point of it is, and that's what we're doing. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. So I feel like I've been rambling a little bit. I'm trying to save your voice for you, and I was running out of breath there at the end. So yeah, that was my random train of thought.
And you also had big news today as the UPS truck backed up to the front door. And
okay, you accused me of something that was not the intentions. I told you this morning that we were getting an order from Callaway today, and I was just giving you a heads up on it and saying, hey, it's going to show up, because I didn't know if I was going to be out on the course or something like that. And then I was out on the course, and I get a picture on my phone that says, I see why you warned me.
15 boxes.
They were mostly golf balls, okay? They don't ship them in one big box. That would be way too heavy. But yeah, we did get our Callaway order. Maybe I shouldn't say this. We got a part of our Callaway order today. I think there was actually more that was supposed to show up today that didn't. But yeah, we got our golf balls, so we're loaded up on golf balls.
Got wedges.
We got wedges. We've got an arm lock putter. Odyssey 10 arm lock. We actually got a really nice. We have the putter that I have, the Odyssey 11, but it's got the 2-ball on the top, which maybe I'll switch out mine. And
yeah, I didn't get a look at any of the stuff.
Putter, so
I did notice the new ball.
Yeah, the ERC soft
looks very interesting.
Yeah, in fact, I think you already gave away one of our sleeves.
Yeah,
so.
I did. One of our guys was standing there looking at it.
Before I could even put it in the system.
I was going to open a look at it. I tore the box. So it's like, here, go ahead.
Yeah, so no, it's always good to have new things coming into the shop, and we're heading into the season, so I'm glad to be stocked up on that. So yeah, that's good. There'll be a lot of new things in the shop. I don't know if you yeah. If you're listening, you were making a face of that. So no, it's a good time.
No, it's good. It's always nice to have fresh stuff. It's like, to me, I've always said, merchandise in the golf shop in the last 30 years, it's for a golf club like us, it's a service.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I tell people when I'm selling them golf clubs, I don't make a living selling you golf clubs.
Yeah.
That's not what I do. It's like, I'm here to provide that service for you.
Yeah.
To try to get you on a golf club that works for you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's why, the other, I keep thinking about the things that I want to do, and then it's like, it just comes back to when are we going to have time to do that? It's like reading about the new balls that Callaway has this year, and it's like looking at the different swing speeds. It's like, I know the companies used to do it. I don't think they do it anymore. They used to do ball fittings and stuff like that. And it's like, we have a launch monitor. It's like we should have like a Saturday ball fitting, and everyone can figure out their swing speed. And it's like, okay, according to this should be the best ball for you. Is it the best ball for you? It might not be, but this is the best recommendation that we can give. So yeah, doing stuff like that, I think would be cool. Trying to do that ourselves since we have the ability to.
Well, I think it's what happened. A lot of the companies kind of took the COVID opportunity to take that out of their budget.
Yeah.
But it's like, geez, years ago, I think you even got on when Bridgestone, I think it was Bridgestone was doing it.
Yeah, they used to do that.
And used to bring Bridgestone in and do it. It was a lot of fun. Everyone loved to see it. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's probably, a vast majority of people probably have no idea what their actual swing speed is. Right. They might have a guess, but I think very few people have actually gotten on a launch monitor and, hit off grass, which to me makes a big difference instead of a simulator in a warehouse.
Carpet and net.
Yeah, it's like everyone's great off of that. It's like, well, there's a reason for that. So yeah, that's something I would definitely like to do, going into the spring with some new balls and some new equipment and stuff like that. So,
and we're starting to get our outing calls that we kind of sort through because we don't want to shut down our golf course on weekends for outings.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we want to accommodate, groups that want to come out and enjoy it at the same time. So that's kind of a juggling act for us and kind of sorting through this process.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I know how you feel a little bit about it, but to me, it's like I've never really wanted to be the outing course that has a some kind of event going on every weekend. It's like every once in a while, if it's for a good fundraiser or something like that, it's nice to be able to have a facility to help out and do stuff like that. But the golf courses that it's every Friday, every Saturday, it's like they have something going on. It's like that's a lot of work on our end, and it's to me, it's something that it makes me not want to go those places. But
well, in fact, we've talked about that. At this point, probably we'll do a few more, just because we want to introduce people to the property, reintroduce people to the property. I've had a couple discussions the last 2 weeks with different people who haven't been here and don't know it.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like, "Oh, you're at that place."
Yeah.
So you just come out and say hi and take a look.
Yeah. Despite the rumblings that I've heard, we are not closed. I can attest to the fact that we are not closed.
People are still saying we're closed.
Yeah, working every day. We are definitely not closed. But no, yeah, that's again, that kind of goes into, we try to do things differently. It's like, we've talked about different marketing approaches that we can take, and it's like, I feel like the traditional way would be, okay, let's put something in a newspaper, let's run Facebook ads, let's put up a billboard and stuff like that. And it's like, that's great and stuff, and yeah, it can be effective, but is it the best thing for us? And it's like, probably not.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe we could try a couple of those more traditional things, but to me, it's like, I'd rather go around to businesses and talk to people and stuff like that. And it's like, again, that ties into do we have time? And it's like, yeah, it'd be easier to put up a billboard somewhere, but to me, that feels a little cold.
Well, and it's my approach is I try to create activities that I can lead that brings people out here to see us. And it's like, yeah, come out and have some fun. It's just like, free golf lessons Saturday morning. I've seen 4 or 5 people that I didn't know before that. Yeah. And that's just neat. And they're enjoying it.
Well, and you had 3 or 4 people today asking about it. It's like, are you going to have it? Are you going to have it? Because of the forecast and stuff like that. And people that actually, it's not just I'll come try it back, but, it's people that are actually getting something out of it too. So, creating that relationship more than just, we're a golf course and you can come out here and play golf. It's like making it a little bit more personal.
Well, and again, that since we're here, that's a lot easier for me to do. How long have I been talking about, I need to contact some youth pastors about a program for their church, or Boys and Girls Club,
homeschool
or
groups.
This group or that homeschool group. And it's just hard to be able to commit to go out and make that happen. Yeah. It's easier just to create something here. Say, come out and say hi, and here's what we'll do for you while you're here.
Yeah. It's like we can talk about it, and you can get a lesson at the same time. That fits our schedule a lot better. So, yeah, if I could figure out a way to make phone calls on the greens mower, that'd be great for me. So, but no, until we figure out how to do
just
that.
So you know, when you're on the greens mower, you're not really friendly when we call. Just so you know that it's never a good response.
It's very loud. It's very loud. You're probably interrupting a podcast that I'm listening to. Well, it's usually pretty early, so I'm not the most friendly morning person. So, in fact, I've told Danny I'm not responsible for anything I say in the first hour that I'm awake. Because most of the time I don't remember it. So, yeah.
So what else is going on? Anything?
No, not a whole lot. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's a whole lot going on. I don't even know where to start. Honestly, it's. We still have a beaver dam situation. Yeah, we still have a beaver dam
on the back 9.
They're really good at building.
We have a drain line that's busted from all the water, and it's like just the average everyday stuff that happens.
Just the little things. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You were talking about, the first year, it takes the first year to put in the systems. And it's like, I'm still finding new things on the golf course. It's like, I've now gone through most of the woods out here, just trying to look around and see where things are, mostly looking for drain lines and stuff like that. But it's like, every once in a while, I still find something new. It's like, oh, that's how that works. That's interesting. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, it's a long list of things that are going on. But if you asked me to name one of them right now, I don't think I could. There's just a lot going on.
Yeah, it really is. Thinking about that, it is. It's like every couple of months, it's like, wow, we didn't know that was there.
Yeah.
It's like we found a septic tank at the maintenance building a couple of months ago. How does that happen?
Yeah.
Didn't even know it was there.
Yeah, that's that goes back to something I've talked about. It's like I would love to have some original plans. That would be very, very, very nice to have. But I'm gonna call someone. There has to be someone that has them. I mean, stuffed in a closet.
It's been 25 years.
It's been 25 years.
And we're the third owners.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's stuff's. If it's not in a tube in a corner in a room somewhere, which is where I would always find them, it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
because
I think
no one takes them.
I think we've thoroughly gone through this place. It's unless it's lining one of the walls, it's not in here. So
it's probably in one of the bottom of the dumpsters when we cleaned the place out.
I was just looking at that picture the other day of how long that dumpster sat next to this stupid clubhouse.
Isn't that amazing?
And they wouldn't come get it.
I understand. It's like, we're not getting paid for it. It's not ours. Why would we pay? It's not our trash. It's not our dumpster.
Gosh, we had a dumpster sitting next to the clubhouse for like 2 months.
Not just a dumpster.
A full
an
dumpster.
Overflowing, falling out on the ground dumpster.
Yeah. But,
how does that look?
But we haven't really done much since we've been here. So
just removing that alone, it's like, wow, this is a great place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had forgotten about that.
Yeah, there's so many things that every time I go back and look through, that's why I do it almost every day. It's like, oh, I forgot about that problem. I forgot that was here. It's like the range signs that were falling over and rotting out and have bullet holes through them. It's like, that was a good look. Gee, Christmas. It's like you could read them, but you could also shoot them. So
that's enough.
Yeah,
sounds like a counseling session.
I'm just rambling at this point. Yeah, let's. It's been a long week. Let's. Oh wait.
Oh, no.
Okay, you got to make a. I don't think you're legally allowed to say the actual words. Or I think they will come after you.
Big game.
The big game.
Big game Sunday.
Yeah, if you see some posts this weekend of businesses talking about the big game, it's because they don't want to get sued. So
who's playing?
Kansas City, Philadelphia.
Eagles and Chiefs.
Eagles and Chiefs.
Okay, let me think this. The Chiefs would honor the Eagles. The Eagles would. How would the Eagles respond to that?
Oh my gosh!
I'm going to say. Eagles would be soaring, and the Chiefs would honor that.
I thought I was out of it.
I'm going to say the Chiefs getting honored to the Eagles, so I'm going to go with the Eagles.
What does that even mean?
Native American Chiefs and the Eagles, they always honored them, and it was like, that's the way it goes.
I know, but
Eagles, it's a lock.
Okay, well, yeah,
it's a lock.
Go Eagles. That's. I don't
and
know.
The Chiefs will be fine with that because they honored the Eagles anyway.
Are you still working that anesthesia out of your system? I mean,
could be.
All right. So you
obviously I'm not an NFL guy. I dumped that years ago, so don't watch it, don't care about it. So,
right. Well,
it's Eagles.
But you've made your pick.
If you're out there, it's Eagles and a lock.
So put your mortgage on it or don't. Don't come back and yell at us.
Don't put your golf fee money on it.
Yeah, keep your golf money. All right, we got to get out of here. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, follow us on social media. The @ is IHGIA19. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're watching this, listening now. Just give us a subscribe or follow so you can get notifications for when the next one comes out, because it doesn't always come out at the same day or time, as you're probably finding out right now. But as always, I'm Caleb, he's Mark, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.